I'm joining the top alpha groups in the space with one simple goal: make more money than I paid for the group. I will not reveal the name of the alpha groups until the end of each week when the challenge is complete, and also I will not show anything that the group will not want me to show. With all that being said, let's see if these insiders are really hitting that next 100x that they've been talking about. We are on day 6. I have committed every single night this week to be in the trenches in this paid alpha group to let you know if these alpha groups are worth it, which I'll reveal on the 7th day, which is tomorrow. I will say for last night, we were in profit yet again. This was the second day in a row that we were in profit, and pretty good profit. You can go check out yesterday's video. It's going to be attached to this video. So I'm going to show you exactly the moves that I made, how I executed the alpha group, what I'm learning from this and going to bring on my own, and so much more in this video. But we have to look at probably the cook of the night because it was very interesting, very relevant, and that is one of the creators of Doge got a new cat. So you already know there's going to be a ticker for that cat. So let's look at this. So Shibatoshi Nakamoto, one of the most famous Twitter accounts, also one of these creators of Doge, not only posted but also pinned his new cat. Boba is the sweetest cat I know, but gets lonely, blah blah. Meet Mello, short for Caramello. So as you already know, tickers were launched immediately. There was like 4 or 5 of them. Solana, ETH. There's actually a lot more than that, but mainly competing on Solana of this cute cat. Problem is, people didn't know if the cat's name was Mello or Caramello and didn't really know which one to send. And there's a very valuable lesson in looking at this because earlier this week, if you watch my emoji video, I actually missed out on a lot of money overthinking this. See, last night on Twitter, I posted, is it Mello or Caramello? Because we had Mello that was currently at 147,000 market cap at the time of, doing this. We had this random Mello. We had Caramello, which was at 68K. And then we had another Mello that was at almost half a mil. This Mello actually ended up being the winner at the bottom, even though it wasn't launched first. Some of the other ones were, and it's something you really have to pay attention to. And they kept on flip-flopping. Eventually, this Mello went up to above $1 million market cap. And I think it actually touched 1.4. And I mean, today it's pretty irrelevant. Today it's sitting at $500,000 market cap, which is still pretty good. However, I had some people I know that got in really early. So this is one of the good things about alpha groups, according to Orangey, which is also another YouTuber here, is if you had a tweet tracker in your Discord, which a lot of these alpha groups do, it got sent if you're just chilling on Discord. And if you saw this, if you're in Orangey's alpha group, apparently he got in, maybe some other people. Now they got on the Caramello, not the Mello. Was able to buy before a lot of people saw it on Twitter, maybe by seeing some action, and obviously got some profits here. I'm sure he made a lot of soul doing that. So basically any edge you can get to be able to do this. Matter of fact, this is so much edge, you can probably barely see this, but somebody was basically saying they don't understand why leak these highly profitable edges just for a few likes on Twitter. So people don't want you to know this information. They want to keep it for themselves. So this is just really interesting to look at. And this is something that I want to incorporate in a lot of the things that I offer. Right now I have a free Telegram that you can join that I actually called out this Mello token last night saying that I don't know how I'd feel about buying it. Basically at the time this was happening, just a few minutes after launch, I was saying that there's three tickers already and that he tweeted another cat and it didn't do well. And then people had a discussion under this. So I don't regret that decision because when I made that call, really the prices are lower now than when they were at the call. Sure, you could have got in when I made that call and sold real quickly, but it just wasn't worth the risk in my opinion compared to other options in the market. Before diving into the play that made somebody over 6 figures last night just off of a couple $100, and before we move into the rest of my plays that were profitable, I do want to look at Mizu real quick while we're on Telegram. They're not the sponsor of this video, but they are an ongoing partner of my content, so I want to continually shout them out. Plus, it's completely free to download. It's a Telegram bot. Basically, you just let it use your computational resources, not your data. It mines using your computer or your phone or whatever, and then you claim and you get points, and this is going to be an AI token. So this isn't just a shout out to them. This is some alpha for you that if you do this, it's very passive. It could actually end up being a token that could be a value. We'll speculate what happens with it in the future. But literally, if you want to go sign up for that, use the link down below. So the play last night was actually after I stopped paying attention. I was just completely burnt out. It was actually this repost dog. This guy bought $465 worth. 7 hours later, it's worth $274,000. It just shows you that there's a new opportunity every single night, and you just got to stay on the grind. Now, I will say, despite being on the grind, going back to what we were talking about earlier with just like insiders and not really knowing things, it's so hard when something launches to know what token is going to pump. I mean, look at Moodang. Moodang completely took the world by storm. $300 million market cap, been mega viral, but it wasn't the first Moodang. There's a Moodang released one day before that, and it didn't matter because the ticker wasn't as good. It was in Thai, and well, the ticker was not in Thai, but I guess the description was. And this Moodang is the one that caught traction. That happened all the time. That happened to me on Emoji. On Emoji, I bought the original Emoji that was launched like months before the one that got pumped. It didn't matter. There's so many factors that kind of go into this. It's kind of hard to say, but usually it just ends up on, some people say it's based on presentation and deployment or whatever. I'm just gonna say at the end of the day, the which came first model doesn't always make sense. Basically, people are gonna pump what they're gonna pump. Be very careful when something is launched because you can definitely buy the wrong one and get wrecked. That's happened to me so many times that I've learned my lesson, and I look for other things now like volume, holder count, and so many other things. So I did have some profitable trades last night. I'm using BullX as always. My link's always in my about section. Basically, this was a proof of Trump. This was going, or point of Trump. This was going off of the Meta at the time, and it was a Trump related token, so it just made sense. I bought for $39. I sold my first sell for almost break even at 32, and then I sold again for 41, so I made about $40 profit off of that. But again, we're working with a pretty small balance overall, and I think we started off with just like a soul and a half. I'm going to update all that P&L at the end because I did pump some more in and basically see whether we made it or not. But this was a profitable trade, as well as this Moo crop, which was, you guessed it, Moodang sister. This had an insane amount of volume. It is 100% dead now. Look at this. This is ridiculous. The dev bought and sold, basically farmed all this money, took so much money out of the ecosystem. Hopefully it's coming back, but probably not. But I did do a quick buy and quick sell. So I did a quick buy for $78, and I immediately set a sell target for pretty much top, honestly. This local top anyways for 81. So spent 78, broke even at 81, or made a little bit of money. I was hoping for another pump. So if you see here, I had another sell order set above this, and it just never got triggered. It never had that other pump. So instead, I ended up selling again for $8. So I made like $10 on this play, but it was worth the risk, right? I bought here, exited here. The hope was I could sell some more here and let a moon bag ride off of Moodang's sister or whoever this or another hippo at the zoo. Who cares? But that didn't happen. But I still minimized my risk and still ended up profitable. Those were my two trades last night. I did a couple others that were like literally break even, but that's pretty much where I'm at. As always, I see all of you that are supporting my content. Please hit that like button. It does a ton for the algorithm. It really helps more people to see this. And shout out to the people that found my keyword last video. Shout out to BitClout for the GM, Lewis for the GM. I think we had one more in here, but yeah, GM was the keyword of the last video. So I appreciate you guys so much for this keyword. It's going to be super simple. It's going to be the main concept of this video, and that is Mello. MELO. We have one more day left. Tomorrow is going to be huge. I'm going to go over all the P&L for the week, whether the group was worth it. I'm going to reveal the group's name tomorrow, so definitely be sure to have notifications on for that one, and I'll see you guys then.